So we're going to be doing a little bit of a film study of sorts of Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk, the rematch. And before I get into it, I want to just say a big thank you to the Zone for allowing me to use the footage. I will hopefully have this video go up on their end as well, have it up on the app on the best of social. And yeah, just thank you to the Zone for letting me use this. I also want to give a big shout out and have a look there on screen to Becca for providing the thumbnail for this video. Again, I cannot emphasize enough, her work is very, very good. The thumbnails I use, I only use them on occasions, and they are absolutely phenomenal when I do. I always bring them out for the big videos, and I thank her ever so much for giving me these thumbnails and providing them. She's ever so good. Have a look. She does great work there. Now, the dust is well and truly settled on Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk. It has, it's fair to say. And a lot of people, I think upon viewing the first time, but you got to bear in mind, when you're in the moment, you're watching it, you're hearing things, people are saying this, and you kind of, sometimes when you watch it the first time, you don't get the proper perception of it because you're kind of in the moment, you're watching it, you might have, I don't want to say a bias, not necessarily that, but some people definitely do, but you might be overlooking certain things. And then the next day, when you watch it in the cold light of day, or maybe a little while after, you do get a better perception over which way the rounds are going. Now, when I watched this fight first, I did it live. My perception was that Usyk just did enough to win, but that it was marginal. Like, it was real kind of, could it not? Could it go this way? Could it go that way? Upon further reflection, well, to me, there was only one winner, Oleksandr Usyk. And when you watch the fight back, was it as entertaining as the first fight? No. It didn't have the drama of the first fight. It had a lot of good moments in it, but really this was more of a technical fight of sorts than the first fight. The first fight, although there was a lot of technical ability on show, there was those big moments, big punches that went in. There was big punches in this fight, but there was never really a moment where you felt that serious drama was going to happen. Having said that, this was still a very fun, captivating fight to watch. But what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show little snippets of each round. So I've gathered little bits of footage from every single round. So from round 1 all the way through to round 12. And I'm going to show both fighters and the rounds in which I felt both fighters won. I will say that. I'll show little snippets of it. I'll talk about what went on in those rounds. And by the end, I will give you my final grade, my final scorecard for Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk 2. So I have footage of all 12 rounds, not literally the full fight because this video would be a very long video if that was the case. But we're going to start with 1 minute and 40 seconds left to go in round number 1. Now, round number 1 is one of those rounds where it was extremely hard to score. I think this might have been one of the rounds in the fight that was the hardest to score, to be honest with you. Let's join the action now on screen. So, it's Fury versus Usyk, round number 1. Now, I have to say, round number 1, I preferred slightly the work that Tyson Fury was doing. He never really got a foothold in this round, but I felt that his work was a little bit cleaner than Usyk. Usyk wasn't able to take the jab away, although he does try and land the left hand there, but Fury retaliates. And actually, Fury, you can see it, he's a lot more aggressive in this first round than he was at any point early on in the first fight, because Fury realized very, very quickly in their respective fight that the way to really stop, I don't want to say stop him in his tracks, but make him think and not let him get into a rhythm is to be the aggressor. We already know that if it's that simple, everyone would do it. You can't go full-blown kamikaze. It will just end in tears. Fury put a lot more meat on his shots in that first round, and he was a lot more aggressive with Oleksandr Usyk. But having said that, second round, there we go on screen, Oleksandr Usyk straight away, he's landed a left hand on Tyson Fury. And the first round I gave to Tyson Fury. The second round was definitely more an Usyk round. You could see it from the get-go. It followed a similar pattern to the second round in their first fight. Because if you remember, Oleksandr Usyk straight away, now bear in mind, in the first fight he landed a big left hand on Tyson Fury in the back end of the first round. And then he came out in the second round and was throwing left hands. He didn't land a big left hand on Tyson Fury in the first round, but he did land a big left hand on Tyson Fury early in the second round. Now let's have a look on screen here again. Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk. Going at it again, they're in the centre of the ring, and Oleksandr Usyk doing a great job with the movement. This is round number 3. So we have it 1 round apiece. Fury with the jab, but bear in mind, right? He's jabbing a lot, but he's not landing. And Usyk is the one who lands the left hand. See Tyson Fury holding the back of Oleksandr Usyk's head. He complains to the referee, and the referee just kind of lets them go on. And Fury is more on the aggression in this round. But what you need to remember is, although in the first round he was doing quite well with the jab's being blocked by Oleksandr Usyk. He's holding that right hand out, and Usyk is just there parrying away, not really worrying, and landing his own shots at the same time. Blocks a shot there, does Oleksandr Usyk, and is trying to get in and trying to get his shots working. And it's at this point here you really see Usyk was gearing up to get a right hand to the body or left hand. Boom, left hand goes in by Oleksandr Usyk again. So he's finding his range there in round number 3. So as it goes so far, I gave the first round to Tyson Fury a fairly nothing round, but I gave it to Fury. Second round, Oleksandr Usyk started finding his range. And likewise in round number 3, he started finding his range again. A lot of the work that Tyson Fury was doing, and you'll really see it in round number 4, right? Because I show the punch stats. A lot of the work that Fury was doing was being blocked by Usyk. But I think a lot of the commentators who were watching, whether it be Sky, TNT, The Zone, they were seeing the jabs go out. And maybe they weren't getting a full kind of gauge on how clean they were landing. It didn't look they were landing too clean. And the punch stats in round number 4 do seem to indicate that. But we get to the end of round number 3, and it's still Oleksandr Usyk on the front foot, pressing Tyson Fury. Look at those body shots he throws in there on Tyson Fury. Another body shot goes in. Now, the AI judge had Oleksandr Usyk way ahead in this fight. I suspect the AI judge was looking at the body shots and look, another one there to the chest. And look how high Fury's trunks are. Another one goes in by Oleksandr. Another one goes in by Usyk. All scoring shots. And crucially, now I said this when I was doing the live watch along. Power punches. They often say if you are a fighter and you land up to 50% of your power shots, you win the fight. Now, a lot of people get a little bit confused and they were like, what is a power shot? Essentially, a power shot is anything other than a jab. So a hook, a straight right hand, a backhand, an uppercut, etc. Anything other than a jab is a power shot. All right? So Oleksandr Usyk and those straight right hands, or straight left hands I should really be saying, to Tyson Fury's body, power shots, landing shots, scoring shots. You do wonder if Fury had his shorts down a little bit lower, how much more of an effect it would take in, because having them as high as he was, I'm amazed he was allowed to get away with that. I really, truly am. But Oleksandr Usyk finding his range really more so in round number 3. The second round I gave to Oleksandr Usyk. All right, it was competitive, don't get me wrong. But round number 3, no question, you give it to Oleksandr Usyk. We go in and look at the slow-mo of some of those body shots that he's landing in round number 3. Look at that. And here's a left hand. It's a bit hard to see, but a left hand does go in on Tyson Fury. You'll see it more clearly in this angle here. There we go. Boom. It doesn't land full flush, but Fury definitely felt that would have landed on the bridge's nose. Now, let's go into round number 4 on screen just now. This is the very, very start of the round. Again, look at that. Oleksandr Usyk getting underneath that jab of Tyson Fury. Fury does land a shot there. It lands just right on the belt line from Tyson Fury, but nevertheless, still a shot that lands. So Oleksandr Usyk, again, finding his range with the left hand. Now, he's finding this early. He was finding the left hand early in the first fight, but this time around, he seems to have a lot more speed on him. He definitely does. Only when I watch it back, I'm like, to me, Usyk did look a little bit faster in this fight. Now, maybe that's because Fury, he did seem to be carrying a bit of timber there. Again, the 280 weight, take that with a pinch of salt. But was he heavier than the last fight? I suspect he probably was. Not that much heavier in terms of 280. He wore a big biker's leather jacket, but he probably was a little bit heavier. Therefore, his legs would have been a little bit slower. Now, here's the interesting part. Have a look on screen now. This is not long after the start of the 4th round. Look at the punch stats. 29 for Usyk landed, 23 for Tyson Fury. Usyk threw less, and look at the body shots and Fury pushing down the head again. The referee has a warning with him. He's throwing less, but yet he's landed more. That's normally an indication that you're in the fight. Fury misses again there. And I think the perception, because I knew when I was listening to the Zone commentary, I think kind of the guys, Adam Smith, Barry Jones, were actually kind of surprised a little bit when they saw the punch stats come up, because they were kind of saying, Fury's doing good work. And don't get me wrong, Fury wasn't doing bad work. But I think once they seen those stats, they were like, oh, we're forgetting about the body shots. Because the body shots were going in by Usyk, and that, I think, played a big role in that. in them just seeing it and realising, oh, actually, Usyk is doing a lot more better work than we were actually noticing. And Fury, although he's throwing more, he's not landing a lot. And that's the power shots. So that was round number 4. Now we get into round number 5, 2 minutes gone. Lovely straight uppercut from Fury in round number 5. This is really the only round in the fight that you can categorically, hand on heart, say Oleksandr Usyk did not even have a prayer of winning. This was all Fury, and this is when he starts to bring the clinch into the game. You see him there. Now Fury, realistically, by the end of this round, you're starting to see Fury slow down. He did exert himself quite a lot in this round. He's already starting to lean on Oleksandr Usyk, but he is still putting some steam in those shots. You see it there, leading with the hook, and Oleksandr Usyk is having to tuck up. He's trying to land his own shots, but Fury is actually he's doing a good job blocking up, and he does get a right hand through the guard of Oleksandr Usyk, and he starts throwing his own shots. And as I said, he's putting a lot more authority on the jab. Now, Anthony Joshua, by this stage of the fight, has it even. As I said, I gave Fury the first round, and the next 3 rounds I gave to Oleksandr Usyk. So I have it 3-1 in favour of Oleksandr Usyk after the 4th round. But let's watch the last 15 seconds or so of round number 5. And Fury, again, really stepping in on that jab, backing Usyk up, body shots go in. Another little jab there by Tyson Fury. The size difference is unreal. And Usyk doesn't land with those shots there, by the way. Fury does a good job tucking up. That's the 5th round in the bag for Tyson Fury. There's no even arguing about that. He wins round number 5. Therefore, you have 3 rounds to Oleksandr Usyk and 2 rounds to Tyson Fury. So it's still hanging nicely in the balance. Now is the time when Oleksandr Usyk, what do we always say about Oleksandr Usyk? The mid-rounds is Oleksandr Usyk's, well, realistically with Usyk, it's any round. But he really warms into a fight in the mid-rounds. And now we're really going to see Oleksandr Usyk take control. So round number 6, the last 30 seconds of this round, a round in which Oleksandr Usyk was in control, and he really was in control when he landed. He actually stunned Tyson Fury there. It's only when you look at the slow-mo and you look at Fury's eyes, he really did stun Tyson Fury in that 6th round. An actual fact, right? What happens in that 6th round is that Sugar Hill Stewart is actually saying, you lost that round. You lost that round. Look at the slow-mo and look at the eyes. Boom. Look at that. Sugar Hill Stewart even said it on the commentary. You can hear him in the corner. Lovely jab to the chest, straight left hand goes in. Said you lost that round. So that's a round even Tyson Fury's own trainer is saying you gave him too much space, you let him win that round. So this isn't just me saying that round goes to Usyk. That's the trainer of Tyson Fury telling Fury in the corner, you did not win that round. So it's another round in the bank for Oleksandr Usyk. That's 4 rounds to Oleksandr Usyk. It's 2 rounds to Tyson Fury. Oleksandr Usyk, without a knockdown, only needs 2 more rounds for a draw, 3 more rounds for a win. Let's get into round number 7. Last minute or so of round number 7, and it's another round in which Tyson Fury is slowing down. He's definitely slowing down. You can kind of see that. And Oleksandr Usyk getting a little bit faster, lands another left hand, and it stings Tyson Fury yet again. Makes Tyson Fury have to think. The jab is just, he's actually not even holding the jab hand up high now. He's bringing the jab hand down low. That can be effective, but there's no steam on it. And Oleksandr Usyk actually misses with the right hook. He's bringing the right hook into the game now. Straight left hand to the body. That was always there for him in this fight. As long as this fight went on, he always had the straight left hand to the body. It was a good round for Oleksandr Usyk. He landed plenty more on Tyson Fury. He gave Tyson Fury plenty to think about. And look how flat-footed Tyson Fury is. And look at the steam still on Oleksandr Usyk's legs. Fury's having to drop his hands there. That's a sign that the guy is getting tired. You can see that. And I wonder, was that him? Oh, and right hand misses for Oleksandr, or left hand misses for Oleksandr Usyk there. Referee breaks up both guys as we come to the bell to end the 7th round. Round number 8. Let's go. 1:25 to go here. Fury, little labour jabs. Look at the body shots that are going in from Oleksandr Usyk there. And Joshua giving those 2 rounds to Oleksandr Usyk as well. Referee splits them up. Oleksandr Usyk doing very well. Jab to the body, and again, look at that. Straight to the body, misses with the left hand. That left hand, he threw that the exact same way he did in the first fight. And you saw what happened in the 9th round in their first fight. What happened? Oh, another left hand goes in. More work by Oleksandr Usyk. Really doing some good stuff. Tyson Fury at this point is resorting to clinching. And you can see that because he was fatigued. He didn't have the legs to be able to stay out of range and move around the ring. He had to actually at this point go and start clinching. It looked bad for Tyson Fury, but let's go into the ninth round. Let's look at the punch stats. 60 landed for Usyk, 49 for Fury. 5 punches in the difference thrown, but a significantly high land percentage to Oleksandr Usyk. But this was a better round for Fury. He's implementing the clinch. You've seen that there. You'll see another little snippet of it here now in the ninth round again. He started implementing the clinch. And there you go again. Body shot goes in. That might have strayed a little bit low, that one, but he's clinching Oleksandr Usyk again. So he's finding a way. He's finding, and look at the body attack he does there. That was a good body attack by Tyson Fury as well. So even though he's fatigued, he's still finding his way. These are veteran tactics. They might not be to everyone's cup of tea. The clinching could be a bit excessive. But nevertheless, it's actually bringing him back into this fight. Look at that. The clinch goes in again. He's smothering the offense of Usyk, but Usyk still throwing some good body shots there. I gave the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th to Oleksandr Usyk. And you combine that with the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th. That's 6 rounds. But I gave the 9th round to Tyson Fury. I did. I gave him the 9th round. And let's look at the little replay here. Let's look at this here. Now, this is one of the body shots that Tyson Fury landed. That was, I think the referee should have been having words with him. Look at that. For my money, that was low. For my money, that was definitely low. Usyk, though, still able to land, even though it's not the cleanest shot in the world, still able to land a little left hand on Tyson Fury to show that he's there. I do believe some of the judges did give that round to Oleksandr Usyk. I gave it to Tyson Fury. Let's look at the last 10 seconds, or last 20, 30 seconds of the 10th round. This is another round in which Tyson Fury, I felt, did some good work. I really did. Oleksandr Usyk had his moments. Look at that body shot go in there from Oleksandr Usyk. But ultimately, I actually found myself giving this round, the 10th round, nice little uppercut from Tyson Fury. He didn't have as much success with the uppercut in this fight as he did in the last one, but he did have success there, and he's still making Oleksandr Usyk miss. Made all the more impressive that he's able to move and dodge like that when the man is probably in the 270s, 36 years old, and knackered come that 10th round. So it is still quite impressive that Fury's able to do that. So I've given Fury rounds 9 and 10 and rounds 1 and 5. Rounds 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8 to Oleksandr Usyk. So it's poised, you know. Fury has 4 rounds. Usyk has his fair share. So it could all hinge on these last 2 rounds. Oh, and it does. 30 seconds to go in round number 11. Look at that straight left hand, straight on the button for Oleksandr Usyk. And he is actually on the front foot, misses the uppercut to Tyson Fury. It doesn't land, and he's pushing Fury back. He's doing it with pressure from his feet. Great footwork. Left hand goes in there. First one misses. The second one only hits a shoulder, but he's still on the offense, Oleksandr Usyk, and he's pushing. Fury is trapped in the corner. He's a 6'9" man trapped in the corner by a little middleweight, as he calls him. The 11th round was a very good round for Oleksandr Usyk. That goes to him. That right there, theoretically, is enough to give him the win. It's enough to give him the win. Because if Fury wins the next round, that'd be 5 rounds for him. But that's it. It's 7 for Oleksandr Usyk. So winning that 11th round, that was enough for him to win this fight. Now, let's have a look-see at some of the shots Usyk landed in the 11th round, because he definitely landed some good left hands. Look at that. And Fury misses with the jab. And look at that. Look, shows him a jab to the body. Doesn't land as clean as you want to see. Probably more with the finger part of the glove. But nevertheless, it's still a scoring punch. All rides on the 12th round for Fury to make it 5-7. Does he make it 5-7? Nope. Let's have a look at the last 15 seconds. This was an Usyk round, I think unanimously. This was an Usyk round. And looky here. Look at the grandstand finish we get from Oleksandr Usyk. Look at that. Fury gets a left hand, gets hit with a left hand, backs up, has to hold Oleksandr Usyk. Fury foists his hand up aloft, but Oleksandr Usyk kneels. He thanks God, because deep down he knows what the result is. And, well, you don't need me to tell you. Have a look on screen.
112, all to the winner by unanimous decision. Still undefeated, still the reigning heavyweight champion of the world from Ukraine,
Oleksandr Usyk retains. Now, my scorecard, my final scorecard for this fight was Tyson Fury round number 1. But it was a close round. That could have gone either way. It really could have. Oleksandr Usyk round number 2. Oleksandr Usyk round number 3. Oleksandr Usyk round number 4. Tyson Fury round number 5. Usyk round 6. Usyk round 7. Usyk round 8. 9 and 10 Tyson Fury. 11 and 12 Oleksandr Usyk. 8-4 to Oleksandr Usyk. However, the AI judge scored this fight 118-112. He had a couple of even rounds in there. I don't like giving even rounds personally, but that would imply Tyson Fury clearly only won 2 rounds. Now, I don't think it was necessarily that wide, but rounds like round number 9 and rounds number 1, you potentially could give those rounds to Oleksandr Usyk. And if you did, you'd have a 118-110 scorecard. If you gave one of them to Oleksandr Usyk and kept one to Tyson Fury, because I've seen people with scorecards of 170, 111, and when you really watch this fight and dissect it, people, that's not actually out of the realms of possibility to have a scorecard like that, 170, 111. As far as I'm concerned in this fight, watching it and looking at the rounds as a whole, there was only one winner in this fight. It's Oleksandr Usyk. And I really don't think anyone can have any gripe. You people like Simon Jordan saying you scored a draw the first time, but you don't know really if it's that wide for Usyk. I mean, a 116, 112 scorecard isn't necessarily the widest scorecard in the world. It's only a swing of a round that makes it 5-7. And in all fairness, I think that the judges were absolutely on point. And if you want to give another round to Oleksandr Usyk, I've really got no complaints, because there was another round in there for him to win. Really, first round could go either way, 9th round could. There's really only 2 rounds, the 5th and the 10th, that I'd look at and say, yeah, Fury won those rounds. The rest, some of them you could give to Fury potentially, but realistically, who was doing the better work? It's Oleksandr Usyk. So that is my scorecard. That is my film study of this fight. Not really a film study, but more so my scorecard with footage. And thank you to The Zone for letting me use it. People, I hope you enjoyed that video as much as I enjoyed making it. Smash the like button if you could. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, people, I will leave it there. Peace.